Today on Heinz Barbecue, we're doing barbecue chicken. So who doesn't love barbecue chicken? Well, me. I don't eat a lot of chicken, but as we're starting to cater more stuff and we're starting to learn kind of how things are done, it really doesn't matter what I like anymore. It matters what other people like, and a lot of people keep asking me about barbecue chicken. So we put together a quick barbecue chicken recipe here, and we're going to give this a shot. And we're going to try to start cutting these videos down to be a little bit smaller, a little bit more compact, so that way if someone is trying to cook off of these, it works a lot faster. So with no further ado, how do we start this process? So we started with one of these guys, a hotel pan, or the biggest thing that you can get. We're cooking, I don't know, 10 pounds of chicken, so it's a little more than maybe a normal person would cook, but I feel like this is about right for a little backyard get-together, especially that this is Father's Day, so that's what we're doing this for. So hotel pan, throw all your chicken in here, get the right amount of water in here. What we're using on this, we're doing a cure or brine, whatever you want to call it. There's a difference in between the two. This is technically a cure. So Cabela's sells a sweet cure, and the name of it is Sweet Cure. And that's what we've cured this in. We've cured some pork butts in it, we've done some ribs in it, and we've had really good luck with it. So I decided to just throw it on this because that's what I had. So yeah, so we got these guys put in here. We ran these for about 24 hours in the cure. Once we pulled them out, we did something, I don't know if this is going to end up hurting us or helping us or, you know, whatever. We put these guys on a wire rack and we threw them back in the fridge and we let the skin dry out on them. But before we put them in there, right after we pulled them out of that brine, we threw them on this rack and we went ahead and re-seasoned these guys up with some barbecue seasoning. And one other thing I did do with the brine is when I had put all the chicken and everything in there, we got the brine and everything mixed up, I dumped a cup and a half of my spice rub in there. Use whichever one you like best, but that's something that we do to add a little more flavor. I don't put any extra salt in this rub when I build it because I know I'm using a brine. I know it's going to be salty enough for a cure. So that's where we're at. We've got the Weber Smoky Mountain fired up, and we're going to do a direct fire cook on this because we did some turkeys like this for a little get together at work, and they turned out really good. So what I did is we set up the Weber Smoky Mountain to cook directly. So we've pulled the water pan and everything out of it. We're about, 17 to 22 inches, depending on what rack you use inside of there. And we're just gonna throw those guys up here on that top grate. I've got a whole split of hickory down in there, just burning away. And we're gonna let this stuff cook till it hits 155, 165 internal temperature. We'll be ready to rock. All right, so I think we're making the best use out of this thing that we possibly can. Pretty much using about every square inch on there, but that's our setup right there. They are looking very good. Got a little open flame burning down there, a little bit of smoke coming out. We're gonna throw the top on these guys and just let them cook away. All right, so we've had our chicken on there for about 40 minutes. Came in there, took a peek at it. It looks pretty good. We did one little mop on it, just kind of a basic mop, nothing really heavy yet. So, but I want to go through the mop and what we're using because we are mopping this in a barbecue sauce. So this is a base barbecue sauce that I use, nothing special. You can pick this up. I pick it up at Publix. I just think it's really good and it prevents me from having to make my own because let's face it, you don't want to spend all your time making stuff, or maybe you do, so go for it. But when I'm not making my own sauce, I'm using that. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to throw it in a mason jar. And we're going to cut it 25% with apple cider vinegar. Nice thing I like about a mason jar is you can just take your mop, stick it right in there, and you got something to work completely out of. So we're just going to go over here and give this thing a good mop, show you what it looks like. All right, so this thing is looking very good. I'm just going to get these guys doused down. Some barbecue sauce. This is going to make the skin not as crunchy, but that will be okay. All right, chicken's off. This thing took about 45 minutes to an hour to cook, which is pretty good. I cooked these to an internal temperature about 180, 185 degrees. And I know before people are like, what? If you brine these, they hold moisture really well, so you can take them to a much higher temperature, and what that helps do is it crisps up the skin, and that's what I'm really after on chicken. Because anytime you take a bite of barbecue chicken and all the skin just pulls off and it's really rubbery, it really puts a bad taste in my mouth, so I don't really like that. So I take it to a much higher temperature and it helps to crisp up the skin and you get a good bite through on that. If you're putting barbecue sauce on there, you're not going to get like a crispy bite, but you will be able to bite through the skin. And I think that makes for a better bite of barbecue as far as chicken goes. Also, I'm going to start throwing beer reviews in here when I drink something different and I really like it. I've been drinking these things forever. They're the Troganators. They're a double bock. They're about 8% alcohol. I really love these beers. So anytime I drink something new, I'm just going to throw it on here. Also, happy Father's Day if this comes out today. If not, then happy belated Father's Day. So, chicken. So I ate one of the breast for TikTok video. And so I'm going to do a leg for this one. It's a pretty good looking chicken there. Let's see how this dark meat tastes. Where do I want to bite? That's a good bite right there. And two, you just bite right through that skin. Good bite. Not overcooked. Got like stuff on my teeth. So it's too much chipotle in there, and it's just kind of overpowering stuff. And it's kind of over spicy for me. I bumped up the chipotle in this because this is the first time I'm doing a chicken rub, but it's pretty much just our pork rub that I've got other videos on. And that basic pork rub would have worked a lot better than this because the chipotle just kind of overwhelmed everything. I put an extra tablespoon in there. It's just way too much. It's got a really good flavor though. Like after all the heat calms down from the chipotle, it's kind of, you know, it's got some layers of flavor in there because it's got sugars in there, and we only cook this thing at about 325, like 300, 325. So none of those sugars burned, and that, you know, that was by design. The brining of it though, or the cure, that's definitely the way to cook chicken. It's really good. It's just too spicy. So I definitely back off of that next time. It's got good smoke flavor on it. Doing it direct style is just awesome, and it makes that skin really bite through, and that's what I'm looking for on chicken. So we'll try this again. We're gonna do some more chicken videos. We're gonna perfect this, and then we'll get it out there. So appreciate you guys checking everything out. Appreciate you guys checking out the channel. We're almost at 500 subscribers, which is awesome. So thank you guys for subscribing. Do what you do. If you like what you see, you know what to do. So, until next time, keep them burning.